Colleen Ballinger. This whole situation has somehow gotten worse. Didn't think it could get worse. Kind of thought it was over with, honestly. Here we are. Colleen has been exposed by a writer that she worked with on Haters Back Off, her Netflix original, and I am here to share the deets with you. If you don't really know what happened with Colleen, long story short, she was accused of doing a lot of things in the past, specifically just being weird with minors. And when she addressed this, she decided to make a song out of it instead of just, addressing it and taking accountability and apologizing like a normal person. She brought out a ukulele and made a YouTube video about it, basically just playing the victim and saying that everybody brought up these allegations for entertainment and for fun, which they didn't. So she's been in some hot water recently. She's been trending. There's been lots of memes and jokes about the whole situation. And I have come across an article written by one of the writers that she worked with in the past. And the things that she is being accused of in this article, insane. Before we get into it, I want to say everything here is alleged. There is no proof, no fact. You can believe whatever side you want, or you can just be here to take in the information. I will have a link to the article in the description. I do recommend reading it for yourself, as I won't be reading it word for word. I'm going to just kind of sum it up. Also, please do not send hate to anyone involved, whether it's the writer, April, Colleen, or me, because I am awesome. Haters Back Off is a Netflix original series based on Colleen's character Miranda Sings. Maybe you've heard of her, maybe you haven't. I know back in the day I was like a huge Miranda fan. For context, this show was released and premiered in 2016. So it has been quite a while since this happened, but just because it has been a while does not excuse her actions at all, her alleged actions. A writer who worked on the show with her, April, I'm sorry, April, I don't know how to pronounce the rest of your name, but here's her name. She released an article on June 30th, and she basically just talked about some of the things that she experienced and what she had to go through working with Colleen and her crew. Nothing good, by the way. Please keep in mind while I'm bringing up everything that kind of happened to April, you may be wondering why she didn't report anything until now. It's been what, 7 years? Just keep in mind, she was one of the only people of color who was working on the set when this was all happening, and it was also her first big job. I mean, she's working with Netflix. Obviously, you don't want to report something or talk back to your boss or your staff or the people you're working with when you have this big job. You don't want to get fired. Just keep that in mind. Not even gonna lie, when I first saw this article, I didn't think it was going to be as bad as it actually is. April, she is right here. She was a writer's assistant, showrunner's assistant, and the writer's PA on Haters Back Off. One of April's main jobs was to sit in on meetings and write down Colleen's requests that she had for the show. Some of these requests were very problematic. Apparently, there was a lot of conversation and talk between the showrunners about adding diversity to the show, like in the background, and Colleen was very against this for some reason. She claimed that because the show was based in Washington, that having a diverse group in the background would be distracting. I guess because Washington's mostly white. I actually have no idea if that's true or not. There was some discussion that they wanted to turn an Asian food market into a bodega during the shoot. According to April, Colleen specifically made the comment that she didn't want any Asian shit in the show. This part that I've highlighted here is honestly crazy. Very interesting story. I'm just going to read it word for word. This is what April says. I recall overhearing her once brag that a creator was canceled for saying the N-word. And if you think she went with N-word instead of hitting the hard R, then you haven't been paying attention. And that she would never be stupid enough to get caught doing something like that. Yikes. This screenshot right here are text from April to a friend talking about a story or a time when there was a dark-skinned man in a room and the lights went out, or the lighting wasn't great, something along those lines, and Colleen made the joke of, oh, like, where is he? Because he was dark-skinned. This is how April took the comment, and I don't blame her for taking it that way. April also believed that Colleen was personally attacking her due to the fact that April had brought up that some of the things that she wanted to involve in the show made her uncomfortable. For instance, all of the really weird pedophilia jokes between Miranda and her uncle. Because of this, April believes that Colleen went out of her way to make her even more uncomfortable, even going as far as naming a character after her, specifically a villain character. Insane. Again, I recommend reading the article for yourself. Her story is super important, and it's something that really isn't talked about enough in the writing industry, especially with the whole writer's strike happening. This and the way that they're treated is part of the reason they went on strike, and just the whole article, it's good. Read it. I would absolutely love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you believe April? Are you on Colleen's side? I want to know everything. If you enjoyed this video or you want to see more content like this, talking about internet drama, please consider liking the video, subscribing, interacting, all that good stuff. It lets me know that you do want to see more. Thank you for watching.